shall we play a game?
We got Star Wars Unlimited. We got classic Star Wars games. We got old school D&D, independent RPGs, mini painting, Warhammer, of course, tons of other games. But first, we're gonna need some coffee here on Board Barista Productions. Hey everybody, it's your Board Barista fan, and oh my god, I have had such a hard time tonight getting this video recorded. So please, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all those things that made the past hour and a half of trying to get my camera gear all working worth it for me. So let's jump into the Jumptolightspeed spoilers that I want to talk about this week. So we got a new Vader, the Command Villainy Vader leader, deploys on 6 as either a leader or a unit, a leader or an upgrade. Makes your unit, your space unit, your vehicle unit into a leader. So his action on his leader side is to exhaust him. If you attack with a non-token vehicle this phase, create a TIE fighter. So basically, you just like play TIE fighters, different variants of the TIE, and attack with them, and then activate him, and you got another TIE fighter. When you flip Vader, he flips into either a 5/6 leader or a 5/5 upgrade that, of course, makes something into a leader. And on his deploy as an upgrade, you create 2 TIE fighter tokens. So this is definitely Space Vader. He wants to be in space. He wants to make a bunch of TIE fighters, and he wants to go wide with TIE fighters. Next up, we're going to talk about Poe Dameron. Poe is a aggression heroism leader, so red-white. His action is pay 1 resource, exhaust him, flip this leader, attach him as an upgrade to a friendly vehicle unit without pilot. A friendly vehicle without a pilot on it. You don't have to epic action to turn him into a pilot. He does give +2/+1 when you flip him, so you can flip him on turn 2. Or you can flip him on turn 1. You play a 1-drop, flip him. My Blonde Sabine is a space-heavy deck, and I think putting Poe in there to make my red 3 attack as a 5/4 on turn 2. Probably not my red 3. If I could put it out on him, play another thing, I can get some space stuff. I got some 1-drops in there that'll definitely turn into 4/4s. Bash him for 4 on turn 2. There's some spicy meatballs in here, and the funny thing is, when you deploy him just as a ground unit, because he doesn't deploy as a pilot, he's just a 4/6 on the ground, and this is kind of nuts, because we got a card we're going to be talking about sooner in this spoiler video that's going to be like, Poe is nuts. And the problem is it's green, which means I have to basically be playing like my Blonde Sabine style deck, my space heavy red-green aggro deck, but I gotta play it as instead of playing it with all the good yellow ships, I gotta play it with all the good green ships. And I'm like, are there good green ships? All right, next up, we got Admiral Trench. So we got all the 5 of the yellow leaders are been spoiled. We're still waiting for one more red leader, one more aggro leader to get out there, but we've got all the cunning ones. Admiral Trench, action, discard a card that costs 3 or more from your hand. If you do, draw a card. And he flips on 6 resources into a 4/5 that says when you deploy, reveal the top 4 cards from your deck. An opponent chooses 2 of them, draw 1 of the remaining cards, and discard the other. Basically, that's interesting, because that's almost a gifts ungiven, but your opponent's going to make you... An opponent discards 2 of them. You get to keep 1 and discard the other. Oh. I'm almost thinking I can play Dr. Afra in Twin Sons with this. I think that's kind of cool. Definitely something we're going to need a lot more like on discard, get to do something with this card. But I think there's like later in the game, Admiral Trench is going to be an interesting. Cunning's got to get some discard graveyard shenanigans going. We also got Kazuda Zioni. I don't know. This is from that Resistance cartoon that I didn't watch. He's a flips on 4 resources. Has the action of exhausting a friendly unit, loses all abilities for this round. Take an extra action after this one. So, I mean, there are some cards that do have like some really like bad downside. It's like you could take the bounty off of some bounty ships, which is good for like the Blonde Sabine deck because you do rely on a bunch of bounty ships, but you're kind of like take an extra action after this one, so you can turn the bounty off from your bounty ship, get to attack with it. Okay, I can see something happen here. When he flips, on attack, choose any number of friendly units. They lose all abilities for this round. Attached unit is a leader. It gains on attack. Choose any number of friendly units. They lose all abilities for this round. So on attack, you get to declare the attack. You can lose the Saboteur from the Z95. You'd already be attacking the base with Saboteur. Then it would lose the whole like when it dies, the opponent gets to heal their base. Okay. So you're not going to suffer the bounties for having the really cheap bounty hunter aggro shit. This might have room, and this might be able to replace Sabine in my Blonde Sabine deck. It's +3/+3 when you play him as a leader. Well, you don't play him as an upgrade, or he's just a 2/5 on the ground. Flips on 4. So still staying in the aggro deck. Might be a sleeper for this set. All right, let's. One more card. Whoa. That's a colorless base, but we'll come back to that. We got Nabet Village. Start with 27 HP. Draw 3 more cards in your starting hand. You can't take a mulligan. So, and then when the first action phase starts, put 3 cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck in any order. So you're drawing 9, choosing the 3 that you're like, well, I need these for later, but I don't need to resource them. Only losing 3 HP. This is a card. This is nuts. It's almost like Bizarre Baghdad level power level for just being able to start the game with 9 cards, being able to craft the perfect hand. I kind of like this. I think this is going to be a killer base. But we got to talk about the late country in Naboo with 34. It's colorless. You have to play a monocolored deck with this. But you lose out on play. You still have to pay the double aspect penalty. But it's 34 HP. You're losing. I feel like this might be Twin Sons card. Because I don't think we got like. There's not really any monocolored decks that really got enough gas. I mean, we might once we actually get to the whole thing. We have 6 sets to play with. This card might actually be decent, but I think it's going to be a bulk rare for a long time until it finds a home. But that was spicy meatball. All right, let's get back up to the full spoiler page. Interceptor Ace, just a 3-drop pilot for 3-drop for a 2/3 with grit. Has piloting for 3. Attached unit gains grit. I think we talked about that earlier. Chimera Fleet Dictor, no glory, only results. Take control of a non-leader unit, then defeat it. So you gotta take control of it, and then you defeat it, and then you get its on defeated trigger. That's kind of nice. We got the Phantom 2. This one's a new one. Okay, so it's a 3-drop. It is a Rebel Vehicle Transport Sentinel Spectre. So we got more Spectre units. The Heradak looks like it's getting some tools. Just a 3/3 with grit. Action 1. If this car is a unit, attach it to an upgrade as an upgrade to the Ghost. It's no longer a unit. Defeat all upgrades on it and remove all damage from it. The attached unit gets +3/+3 and gains grit. So Phantom 2 gets to be like the shuttle pod. You can dock it, beef up your Ghost, and also like really beef it up if they've been beating on it to try to beat it down, because it's going to get all those extra HPs. But we also got the new copy of the Ghost. 5-drop. It's a 5/6. Also still has a Spectre keyword, so it works in the Heradak. Each friendly Spectre unit gains its keyword. Gains this unit's keyword, so you put the Phantom 2 on it. Then every one of your Spectre units is going to have Sentinel and Grit. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. That's kind of cool. Plus you can put some pallets on it, give some other upgrades. What do we need? We need... What's the next one? You're all clear, kid. Defeat an enemy space unit with 3 or less remaining HP. If you do, an opponent controls no space units, you may give an experience token to it. Nice. 2-drop. You're just like blow up their early game, pump yours, and the blue-red Anakin aggro decks might want this to put on some red 3s. Not some red 3s, some Green Squadron A-Wings. We got the CR90 Relief Runner. Has Restore 2. When defeated, heal 3 damage from a unit or base. So deploys for 6. And is a 4/6. Good stats on that. Nebula and Ignition, 9-drop. Board wipe to defeat each unit that isn't upgraded. So it's like you got to play with upgrades or you're going to face my wrath. It is just monocolor, so you don't have to actually be playing. You got a board wipe to play in your non-villainy decks. We got the Executor. I hate the fact that they didn't print this card sideways. You got to get like that full experience, the full Executor from the old Star Wars CCG days. But cost 11. It's command villainy 12/12. The biggest ship in the game right now. It's 12/12 with Overwhelm. When played /on attack / when defeated, create 3 TIE Fighter tokens. I think we actually have like a card to actually use with that card. It's like, it's the one where it's like you pay 6 and you can deploy something from your hand, but your base takes the damage. I think we found the card. This definitely like a earlier version of Admiral Piet, where it gives like all your capital ships come into play readied. Basically being able to drop this on turn 5. Yes, your base is going to take 11 points of damage. You are going to have a 12/12 with Overwhelm that comes into play readied, that generates you 6 TIE Fighters on that turn. And then even when it dies, you're going to get 3 more. It feels like the Executor is going to be bustedly broken, and people are actually going to want like one of the like 7 or 8 copies of that card that lets you play something huge by taking damage on your base that I have, like filling up my trade binder. Can't remember the name of the card, but if you remember the name of the card, leave in the comments section down below. Alright, let's go down to... Got the Phoenix Squadron A-Wing. Sadly, that did not get the Spectre keyword. That would have been awesome to have Spectre keyword on it. But sadly, it did not. We got the unit version of Poe Dameron in green. Going to deploy for 4. It is a 3/3. When played as a unit, you create an X-Wing token. You may attach this unit as an upgrade to a friendly vehicle. unit without a pilot. So even if you don't, like, you get to drop him, and if you're like, nah, I don't have I can just make an X-wing, and then put him on it. So he plays for 4, and you get to make him into a basically a 3/4 space unit. Trying to figure out, like, is that when played trigger, can we resolve the ambush trigger off of energy conversion lab first, so we can attack with him into something so he survives, takes a couple damage, then make the token, then put him on as an upgrade to a friendly vehicle unit, and when he becomes an upgrade, does the damage stay on? That is a huge rules complication right there. What's our next thing? Eject. This is the busted card that makes the Poe Dameron deck want to do Poe Dameron deck things. Detach a pilot upgrade, move it to the ground arena as a unit, and exhaust it, draw a card. You can basically attack with Poe, the leader Poe, bash into face, eject Poe, drop him down onto the ground, and all on turn 2, and have leader Poe go to town, and he still has the whole thing of, like, you can just, like, pay to bump him onto, and then if he dies, you just put him back out as an upgrade, play another eject, and rinse, repeat. You never have to use leader Poe's epic ability to actually have him on the table. That's nuts. All right. Massassi Tactical Officer, action attack with a fighter unit. It's just our standard 0 power, 4 defense, easy little, like, bump a thing, get to attack with it, action economy, and pump dude. I think he'd actually be pretty good in the the Anakin deck. It's another 1-drop that you can just pump up to attack with him, or even being able to play him for free with Han, so set 2 Han, especially if you're playing a big heavy space deck that way. There's some cool stuff. I think he's more of a limited card than anything else. We got another copy of Black 1, 2-drop, 2/3. When this unit is upgraded, it gets +1/+0. So basically, turns with leader Poe on him becomes a 5/4 on attack. If you control Poe Dameron, deal 1 damage to a unit. So basically, it's the ping. That's good. Biggs does all his cool piloting stuff depending on what he's piloting. If it's fighter, he gains overwhelm. If it's transport, he gets +1/+0, +0/+1. If it's a speeder, it gains grit. Deploys for 3. Pilot deploys for 1. He's a 3/4. It gives +2/+1 to anything he's piloting. Nice. The Profundity. It is a 9-drop, 8/9, overwhelm, 1 played / 1 defeated. Choose a player. They discard a card from their hand. Then, if you have more they have more cards in their hand than you. They discard a card from their hand. So basically, if you're playing against the control deck, they're going to discard 2. I feel like it is a sideboard card to put in against control, because that's the only time that red is going to actually get to 9 resources. Trench Run's pretty cool. Attack with a fighter. For this attack, it's +4/+0 on attack. Discard 2 cards from the deploying player's deck. Deal unpreventable damage equal to the difference in the discarded cards cost to this unit. So if they're playing a control deck, that can be a lot of damage, or it can be a little bit of damage. But I think, like, Trench Run's going to be, like, risky, but have a lot of payoff. So yeah. Relentless Fire Spray. So a generic Fire Spray. 6-drop, red, 4/6. Underworld vehicle transport on attack. Ready this unit. Use this ability only once each turn. So basically, you get to bash face with the Relentless Fire Spray twice. Always good. You got Cham Cindrilla. 4-drop, 5/4 Rebel Twi'lek. When played, if an opponent controls more resources than you may put the top card of your deck into play as a resource. That is decent against the control decks. Definitely having something cool to bring in. Even against like Yellow Han, just to be like, oh, he's got more stuff than I do. Okay, we're going to bring in Cham so I can get back into the game. That's really good. We got some other cool stuff. Moff Gideon. When this unit deals combat damage to an opponent's base, each unit that opponent plays the phase costs 1 more. So he's a 4-drop, 5/4. Definitely cool being able to tax your opponent. We got Boba Fett. Unit deploys for 5. He's a 5/4. He's got shielded as a unit. When he play him for Palatine, he drops for 2. When played as an upgrade, may deal 1 damage to a unit. If the attached unit is a transport, may deal 2 damage instead. So if you're putting him on a fire spray, yeah, you're gonna get the ping for 2, and you're gonna increase that by +2, +3. So any of the fire sprays are basically gonna be 6/9s. That's good. I have you now attack with a vehicle unit, prevent all damage to be dealt to it during this attack. 1-drop, villainy. Amazing. Just being able to play that, get in, bash your opponent with it. You're not going to take any damage. It's a good trick to have. I like it a lot. Okay, so we got the Fireball. That's the ship that was the pilot dude, the leader dude from the Rebels TV show. 2-drop for a 3/3. Resistance vehicle fighter, has ambush. When you play it, you get to attack with it. When the regroup phase starts, deal 1 damage to this unit. So basically, every one of your turns, you're going to deal damage to it. But if you've got his matching pilot as your leader, you get to turn off that downside. Chances are you're going to play this for 2. It's going to eat something, and then it's going to die. Moving on. Sokatano. When played, an opponent discards a card from their hand. If it's a unit, it may exhaust a unit. Good little tap down for 4. Black Squadron Scout Wing. When you play an upgrade on this unit, you may attack with this unit. So, nice little 5-drop, 4/6 fighter that basically action economy. If you put the upgrade on it, it gets pumped and gets to attack for free. Well, a free action. Han Solo, 5-drop. He's a 4/5 with ambush. Palatine drops for 2. Again, these are going to be nuts with, like, Han and Boba, both with eject, are going to be nuts because you can play him as play him on turn 4, put him on as an upgrade, get to attack with that. Because when you play him as an upgrade, you may attack with the attached unit. If it's the Millennium Falcon, it deals damage for the defender. So he gets the original Han unit text of attack, don't take any damage, and be able to have first strike. He has +2, +3. So definitely on an original Falcon, that's going to be 5. It's going to be a 5/7. It's going to be able to get in, hit the base, eat something. Then you can eject Han off, drop him down on your side of the table, and have a 4/5 with ambush. Well, you don't get the ambush, but you get the 4/5. It's decent. Got Mandalorian. When you play him as a unit, he's a 5-drop, double cunning. 4. When you play him as a unit, he exhausts up to 2 ground units. So good tap down, maybe for the Han Yellow decks. Piloting 2 and a yellow. When plays an upgrade and exhausts an enemy unit in this arena. When he's a pilot, he's adding +3, +1. Not bad. Contract Hunter has got ambush. When the group fit starts, defeat this unit. That's sucks, but he only costs 3, so he's a nice little, like, cheapy ambush unit for yellow. Gorilla Soldier, when played, deal 3 indirect damage to a player. If a base damage this way, ready this unit. Not bad. 3-drop, it's a 2/3. You're going to deal 3 damage. Your opponent's probably not going to put it on their base, but if they're going to get, like, try to protect their troops, then they were like, okay, I'm going to damage my base, especially if they only got something weak. You can only take 1 or 2 of the damage. Then you're like, ha, get to bash you in for 2 on turn 3. Yeah. Stolen AT Hauler, 3-drop, 4/5. When defeated, choose an opponent for this phase. They may play this unit from its owner's discard pile for free. That's a cool card to have for Twin Suns. Not so much to have for... not so much to be able to have that sucker for constructed things. Because they're going to basically attack into it like crazy, try to steal that thing. And then you're going to be facing down a 4/5 and probably like lose a bunch of your stuff to try to trade it back. I hate these trading backs, these cards. Commandeer, take control of a non-leader vehicle unit that costs 6 or less without a pilot. If you do, ready it at the start of the next regroup phase, return that unit to its owner's hands. Nice. So 5-drop, you basically get to take it, ready it, and then waylay it. So, yep. So, TIE Bomber, the Sith Trooper's new, 3-drop, 3/3 in Villainy. On attack, this unit gets +1/+0 for this attack for each damaged unit the defending player controls. So if you're able to push the attack, Sith Trooper's going to get big. TIE Dagger Vanguard, First Order Sith Vehicle Fighter. When played, deal 2 damage to a damaged unit. We got Sabine's Masterpiece. Sabine's custom TIE Fighter. Nice artwork on that TIE. Cost 3. It's a 3/3 on attack. It's also a Spectre unit, so you're going to have, like, Taste the Rainbow deck. If you've got a Vigilance unit, you heal 2 damage from base. You got a command unit, give an experience token to a unit. If you got an aggro unit, deal 1 damage to a unit or base. If you got a cunning unit, exhaust or ready a resource. That's a lot of things to be able to do. A lot of like triggered things, especially because you I think we actually are able to say it, like we might actually have a Hera deck that's like viable now. We're still needing like the other 3 sets of worth of Spectres stuff to come out for to have a Twin Suns Hera deck viable, but that's decent. Tantivine 4. This I think I said it last time. It's worth repeating. This Tantivine 4 was a spy ship. It should not have Sentinel. It should have Saboteur. Flavor fail. Swarming Vulture Droid, 2-drop, 2/2. A deck can have up to 15 copies of this card. This unit gets +1/+0 for each other friendly Swarming Vulture Droid. Thank you for finally giving us a card that breaks the rules of only 3 copies per deck. I love this mechanic where you have multiples in a deck. The fact that I can have 15 copies of this card, the fact that this is a common, the fact that I'll probably draft a bunch of these during draft because it's non-denominational. It's a generic unit, and the more you take, the better they get. Yes, please sign me up, and I will definitely try to get 15 copies. I now want to make a Twin Suns deck just to be able to be like, Swarming Vulture Droid, Swarming Vulture Droid, Swarming Vulture Droid. Yeah, I'm happy. Those are all the new cards. I hope that everybody has a great night. I cannot wait until pre-release when I actually think I'm going to actually get to play my next couple of games of Star Wars Unlimited. So, thank you, bless you. May the Force be with you, and we'll see you next week.
Hey everybody, thanks for staying till the episode. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Facebook at Board Barista Productions. And if you want to support us, Patreon link at the bottom.